Hey guys, I got lots of questions about the reading I just did about if Matty was the ex, if it was Joe. As a heads up, Joe usually comes up in my readings as the King of Cups because he is a water sign. Matty Healy usually comes up as more fire cards, fire energy, because he's a fire sign. But saying that, it can be about the personality as well. So when the King of Cups comes up, it's more likely somebody that's very intuitive, a deep thinker, very emotional, pretty much like water signs. Fire signs can be very creative, outgoing, theatrical, usually a bit playerish when they come up as younger because they are so fun and they are so charming and they're impulsive, like fire energy, the spark, the passion. So that's how I differentiate the two. But let's just see how she feels about both of them now. Let's just see what's going on there. Does she still hold a torch for both of them still? I still feel Joe, to be fair, but let's have a look. It's almost like the Matty energy was one of those passionate flings, probably the best sex ever that you're never going to forget. Joe would be the type of person you could likely build a family with that would be more stable in the long term and earthy and grounded, whereas Matty was all over the place. But it's usually the Matties we remember. Right. Taylor, how do you feel about Matty right now? What is the energy around this? What is the energy? What is the energy around Matty? What is the energy around Matty? This is a weird one. Before I even pull cards, I get the one that got away, but the one that wasn't meant to be. So it's almost like that level of passion and what they had was so intense, that intensity wouldn't have lasted in the long term. Now, if we look at the cards here, she definitely felt with Matty that she wanted something more serious for sure, for sure. With this Four of Wands energy, this is the stability energy. The Hierophant is somebody that she wants to, it's trying to catch, do you know what? It is actually trying to catch fire, something they're showing me. It's almost trying to catch fire in your hand and you're going to get burned. You can't prolong it, you can't catch it. It's like if you ever had, if you ever hold your hand over a stove quickly and you do this, you're not going to really burn yourself, okay? If you keep it there, you're going to get burned. So she wanted that stability with him, but she knew it wouldn't last in a long time. It's like the fire would burn out. It's more to do with she felt she wouldn't be enough for him in the long term when it comes to Matty. I'm hearing easily bored, disinterested. It's almost like with Joe, she could actually hold very long, deep conversations. With Matty after a time, it's the kind of love bombing energy where she would talk to him and then he would seem more distracted, like he wasn't truly focused on what she was saying and looking elsewhere. Even to the point I feel that he would be checking out other women when he was around her. Even if he didn't try to, she'd catch him out. So this is where the depression and the low moods comes in around this connection. She can't contain him. She cannot contain him. It's just not going to happen. It's almost like, again, I'm seeing like a box and a fire going off in the box. And the fire may be contained, but you still might get smoke leaking out. You can't fully contain this man. It's not going to be possible. So she's very definitely holding on emotions there about it because she really wanted to hold him down, have something stable. There he is. This is this Wands energy, fire energy. This means like a young knight, a young kind of, this is usually my Playboy cards. Not for everybody, okay? But in general, very gallant knight here, fire energy, fiery, passionate, charming, create. This is the Matty energy that I was saying about coming in here. Can't be contained. Now let's see what we have about the balance cards here. The anxiety again. So she did want the balance in the connection with him, with his temperance, but she knew she wasn't going to get it. The Nine of Swords meant constant anxiety. Who else is he looking at? Who else is he with? I keep hearing, who else is he with when my back's turned? Don't know the songs yet. Don't know what's going on with the album. Okay, no idea. Haven't looked into all the lyrics to let you know. But this means almost like being attracted to beauty. He's just attracted to beauty in general. And how would she ever contain him? How would she ever contain him? Just drama, arguments, fighting, judgment over the connection, focusing on her work to forget about it. So there's still Matty energy around, for sure. Let's see about Joe. How does she feel about Joe now? How does she feel about Joe? 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 Joe. How does she feel about Joe right now? How does she feel about Joe? Joe, Queen of Cups energy. Wheel of Fortune. Arguments. Not being indebted to her. What does that even mean? There is a sense, like I do know one of her songs said like she waited and put so much years in for him and it didn't work out. There's this kind of feeling here about trying to build the family with this 10 of Cups energy, which is the happy family cards, playing the happy family cards, trying to create a happy home. But the element here is just, he's not with it. So like she said, a bit emotionally, now you shouldn't be calling people out on depression for a start, okay? But his moods, it was just this severance between them both, okay? It's just this severance here with this emotional energy about the happy families, trying to actually create a family. Do you know what? I don't know if she's actually spoken about they did try for a baby, but I do feel there was something there. A painful decision had to be made about the happy family situation, about having marriage, about having children. Matty does look like a massive rebound when I look at this. You know, it's like this grounded energy. It's like with Joe, she tried to put down roots fully and she really wanted family and kids and saw him as a future, but it wasn't working out where they were together. With this Two of Swords, it means a painful decision, which would be cutting it off and walking away here with this Two of Swords, and a lot of grief still over that as well. So they're both still around. They're both still around. They are both still around, honestly. I'm hearing two wrongs don't make a right either. Two wrongs don't make a right. But there's still a lot of grief over this connection. She's not over it because she's looking back at the past rather than looking at what she's got right now, which would be Travis, for example. See, this is the opportunities in love that are there for her, but she's looking back at everything that's been lost there. So you got to remember, this is like a rebound relationship. I'm not anti-rebound, whatever. I've rebounded myself multiple times before. You know, we're desperate for love and you rebound. I'm not anti-Taylor in that sense. But to rebound from one to the other, if you're using the other one to give you that high and passion, this could be it now. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is real. Maybe this is it. You're not really healing from the one before. You're just running from one relationship to the next and saying the next one you want it to work and this could be it as well. There's no time to really grieve the previous, you know, relationship. That's why it's healthier to take time out. You know, she hasn't had that. She's hopping from one to the next, you know, hopping from one to the next. Even now she's with Travis, I still feel she questions both of them. Now let's see. She does feel like she has got a new chapter now. She does. New start. She is getting into that element because again, with the wands again, the element of Matty coming in here, that it wouldn't have worked. Wandering eye, keeping his options open. Seven of Cups, literally like that player energy, looking around at multiple different women. This is what comes up in my readings when I pull this card usually, okay? And the Tower would have been breaking down anyway. So I do feel now she realises that it wouldn't have worked with Matty. It would never work with Matty. She could never have kept him happy. She'd always been questioning what he would be doing behind her back. Whereas when I come like with the energy of Joe is coming up with more the family cards and the long-term committed cards. So kind of similar to the reading I just did, to be fair. Lies and deceit as well with Matty. The Matty energy is all can't be trusted, lies and deceits, looking out at others, just can't be trusted with what he says. She's just not sure on him and what he said. And yes, she did want a serious full-on relationship with him. It was one from the other. And she was a devil. Every card for Matty is not good. She wanted a serious relationship with him, okay? She really did. The devil is temptations, addiction, someone that's toxic, someone that's bad for you. The relationship's going to come crashing down. There's lies and deceit, deception. There's, God, I love to see the song lyrics now. I'm going to have to Google it. Looking at other people. So what I will say is, when I read for a lot of people, I've been there myself. Every one of us, I would say, in our life has had that one relationship, even if it's short-lived, where you will think about them for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You will still reflect to that crazy time in your life where it's a complete roller coaster. And you can get so used to that roller coaster of emotions that it's hard to move into something stable and solid, because it can seem boring and it's not as exciting as what you have with that roller coaster connection, but it's not healthy for you in the long term. And Matty would not be healthy for her in the long term. So I do feel she does still feel for Matty, but not in the same sense. The energy coming through here is more, I think in a way, regretting she made it kind of public so soon, because she does feel in a way he's made a fool out of her. And she knows now he can never be trusted. So that's the energy, is more anger, resentment. With Joe, it's more the sadness for what could have been. It's more the sadness. There's two different energies, two different responses there, but hope that helped, guys.